Okay, let's dive right in. This is it. We are in the final, desperate battle against Muzan Kibutsuji. The sun is still an hour away, and humanity's absolute best, the Hashira, are running on fumes. Every single second is a brutal fight for survival against the Demon King himself.
So, the serpent Hashira, Obanai Iguro, knows they need something, anything, to get an edge. And in a total Hail Mary, he pours every last ounce of his strength into his grip, forcing his Nichiren blade to turn that legendary bright red. You know, the one technique that can actually slow a demon's insane regeneration. But this kind of power has a terrifying price. The strain is so immense, it's literally starving his body of oxygen. He even says it himself. I saw stars in my peripheral vision, and I nearly fainted. And you just can't do that. Fainting for even a split second in a fight against Muzan, that's a death sentence.
And the Wind Hashira Sanemi sees it. He sees his comrades start to falter. He knows the grim math here. If one of them goes down, the sheer pressure from Muzan's attacks is going to overwhelm everyone else. Their whole formation just shatters. And of course, Muzan, who is basically a predator, he sees that tiny opening and he takes it. Before anyone can even blink, his flesh whips lash out and just demolish Iguro. The water Hashira, Giyu Tomioka, can only watch in horror, thinking I was too late. Just as it feels like all hope is lost, something shifts on the battlefield. Something that nobody, not even Muzan with all his centuries of experience, could have possibly seen coming. All of a sudden, Muzan gets hit, but the attack, it's not like the refined, elegant strikes of the Hashira he's been fighting. No, these cuts are rough, they're jagged, almost animalistic, and they seem to come from absolutely nowhere. Now, his vision is all messed up because of Yushiro's paper talismans, which have been a huge pain for him. But even blind, Muzan's senses are screaming. He can't see the new threats, but he can feel them. He feels their killing intent. He knows someone else is there. So this is the big question, right? Who on earth could possibly land a hit on the progenitor of demons while staying completely hidden from both him and the Hashira? And the answer is the very future they've all been fighting for. It's the next generation of demon slayers. Kanao, Zenitsu, and Inosuke just hurl themselves into the fight, risking everything to back up the Hashira. And their whole strategy? It's pretty much just organized chaos. And of course, Inosuke is yelling, "Of course I wouldn't die! Besides, I've got tons of these papers!" Their plan is simple, really. Keep slapping these enchanted talismans on Muzan to keep him blind, creating the openings they desperately need. And it is just a furious barrage. You've got Zenitsu moving like a lightning bolt, Kanao weaving in with her graceful flower breathing, and Inosuke just going berserk with his beast breathing. Even the wounded Iguro gets back in on it. It's this absolute storm of different techniques all aimed at one thing, keeping Muzan completely off balance. But this wild, desperate gamble does more than just chip away at Muzan. It buys the Hashira a few precious seconds, and that's enough time for a mind-blowing realization that leads to a whole new game-changing strategy. In all that chaos, Sanemi gets the proof they've been fighting for. He spots the wound from Iguro's red blade from earlier, and the truth hits him like a ton of bricks. Muzan is regenerating slowly from that specific hit. That's it. That's their path to victory. The bright red blades are the key. So what exactly is this weapon? Well, it's not really a technique you can just learn. It's more like a phenomenon. It's when a slayer's will to protect others gets so intense that it creates actual heat, supercharging their sword. It literally burns demons on a cellular level, crippling that regeneration they rely on. And who puts this theory to the test first? Of course, it's the strongest of them all, Gyomei Himejima. He figures he can generate the force and heat himself, so he just smashes his massive flail and axe together, and bam, the impact turns his weapon a brilliant, burning red. Seeing that it works gives Sanemi this absolutely insane spur-of-the-moment idea. It's high risk, high reward, born from pure desperation. He screams across the battlefield to an unsuspecting Giyu Tomioka, who has absolutely no idea what's about to happen. What happens next is just a testament to their absolute trust and desperation. Instead of attacking Muzan, Sanemi charges straight at Giyu.
With this deafening clang, they slam their swords together with everything they've got, and the friction and sheer force of the impact generates enough heat to turn Gyu's sword red, too. And you just see Gyu's total shock. My blade is turning bright red? It worked! The crazy plan actually worked. They now have a way to arm themselves for the final push. And for the first time in what feels like forever, you see a flicker of real, genuine hope on this battlefield. But that newfound hope, it immediately gets put on a timer. As fast as that hope appeared, it's now a frantic race against the clock. A Kasugai crow cuts right through the sounds of battle with a message for everyone to hear. 1 hour and 3 minutes until dawn. The sun, their ultimate weapon, is on its way, but they have to survive for 1 more hour. So this is it. This is the ultimate question. They have the red blades, they have a renewed sense of purpose, they have the old and new generations fighting side by side, they finally have a real fighting chance. But can they hold the line for 1 final hour against the full, cornered fury of Muzan Kibutsuji? Will it actually be enough?